what I have today is kind of a makeshift. I've been making some longboards in the past year. What I do is I take 3mm Baltic birch. They come in 60 by 60 inches, and then I just cut these down with the table saw, and then made a form. Made a form with, out of like a longboard where it had some concave, some convex and some concave to be able to fill it. But I did the same thing with this board right here. Use this system, clamp lock system. You can just buy, just grab some 2x4 hardware from Home Depot. Made it into a clamp this way. Anyways, I have a video to show the process of the molding and everything like that, so I'll check out that video. That's how I kind of make these boards, or at least form these boards. So this is the wood glue that I use, Titebond III. I think 2 will work as well, just as long as it's water resistant. Those water resistant, all the adhesives and stuff like that, water resistant. I got my JB Weld. I got my binding disc to kind of use as a template to position my bindings. I also have some T-nuts and machine screws. These are will help tie the bindings into the board. Some of the things I did use to make the board, various grits from 80 grit to 220, and then contact cement. Once you contact cement, make sure it's water. Again, it's water resistant. This is what's going to connect your Formica, and this is the Formica. This is for the base. So that's what's going to help mold the Formica to the bottom of the board. So again, various tools, file, speed square, and your standard tape measure, pencil, exact knife, and some more clamps. And then a straight edge. If you can find anything that has a straight edge to kind of help you guide your lines. So, but this is what I use. Various other tools. I got various power tools to basically make it. So here we go. We're just gonna kind of put it together. I do have some polyurethane to kind of protect it as well as Titebond to go over the top. I'm going to do 2 coats of that over the top and then 1 coat on the bottom before I put the Formica on. So that's what I use. So anyways, guys, enjoy. When I made this, like I said before, I was going to make this as a snowboard, but I kind of have it as a traditional camber type of profile. You can see, I'm not sure if you can kind of see the contact areas right here, 1 contact, and then just over both feet basically. And then I do have my tapered in tail and nose. So 8 3/4 of an inch wide. So it's not too terribly wide. What I need to do first is I need to drill some holes in for where my bindings are going to go, and then we'll just put some of this polyurethane on it. And only a couple coats is all, and then we'll just go on. So just under 8 3/4. So 8 3/4, just underneath that, half of that, about 4 3/8. 4 3/8 would be right here, would be our magic line. I'm just going to kind of have a faint 4 3/4 on right where my feet are going to be. This one's right on. So okay. Take this bad boy, make sure we're centered. I'm doing more of a guesstimation than anything. I'm going to go in the middle here. Middle. Again, if we go in the middle on all of these, then we still have 1 other notch. So we're going in the middle of these, so we have 1 other notch on either side, just in case if I need to adjust it in any way. So mark those up. Take our drill bit. And I wanted to make sure that this drill bit would be the same circumference as this T-nut. So when I put it in, it's going to suck up real tight against the base here, and I'll have it be flat underneath there. So, but anyways, I'll show you how that's going to work. But when I drill this, I do want to be as precise and up and down as possible. I do want those to match up, so it's always better to actually have a pilot hole. Maybe I should do that. I'll drill this one since we're already going. Just like that. I guess if you don't have a punch, just go grab a screw, nail it on that. Make sure you get it pretty precise. Again, these are just here to help guide your drill bit into its socket to get it more precise. That'll work. That'll work, that'll work. Beautiful. Okay, check the side. Take a file when it comes down to this type of stuff. You don't want to be chipping too much off of that. You want that surface to be as intact as possible. Alright, so. Yeah, so that's going to work out beautiful. I just need to give it a little trim out. Okay, so I had to make a quick stop. The closest place that have spades, I need a 3/4 inch in order for us. This piece right here, our T-nut, makes it flush across our base here. So I'm gonna get going with that. I already put it together, so I get together on that. Put the safety glasses on, sunglasses. Try to make sure it's as centered as possible. Sure that these fit. Looks like they're gonna. So take some of that JB weld. Probably should grab something like this to set underneath so I can hammer them in, but looks like they're going to work as far as fitting. So take some of this JB weld, take this little swivel stick, and this is just to hold our T-nuts, secure them. So it's half and half. Take our swivel stick, mix them together so we get a dark gray color. Place it in here, best I can, not get as much as I can off that base. That's okay. I'd rather have too much than not enough. Yeah, I kind of still have that much left over. I kind of made a little bit too much. Best I can get rid of that, some of this exit before it dries off. So these go in like that, and beautiful. Flush. It probably works best without a waffle head on the hammer. That's why you're not gumming up the base any more than you already are. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so those are in. Take our little rag and clean up any of the spots. And then I would imagine taking as much as you can off, some sandpaper. Probably go with 120 grit. Yeah, 120 grit on this. Just kind of go over it again. It's hard to tell whether if it's catching anything on there, if those are low enough or not. The first one's good. The second one's good. They're all good. First one's good. Second one we hit. Alright, so we hit these two right here. We want to make sure those suckers are down. But anyway, you want those suckers down. They're installed. Got a little bit of goop, but you can see. There you go. That's what's going to hold this on there. So I'm really not too worried about its appearance. What I'm more worried about is having it work. You know, if it works, then man, I'll put in a lot more time on the next board. But yeah, if it doesn't work, then back to the drawing board and see what we've got to do. But yeah, the first sandboard ever made, so we'll see how it works. Be a good idea if what you do is you take some Q-tips, cut them in half, and basically clog up the threads so they don't get any of this polyurethane in it, and just do your best not to mess up the bottom as best as possible. But so we're gonna let this dry, and as soon as it dries off, this is the only coat I'm going to put on the bottom, but as soon as this dries, I'm going to go on the other side. I'm going to put 2 coats on the other side. So, coming back at you. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is do the top part of this, make sure that I don't have any pieces of wood or sawdust or anything like that sticking out. Get this back out, swizzle stick. And I'm going to do two coats of this on this side, so here we go. Okay, so we're going to allow this to dry and give it about, well, I'd say about 30 minutes to maybe an hour actually. We'll probably wait an hour on this and then do another coat over the top here. Alright, so we did get that first coat on there, top and bottom, and it is feeling dry, so we're going to get another coat on there right now. So now we got the second coat on. We're just going to let it dry. You can see I got about, oh, let's see, on this board I have 4-ply 3mm Baltic birch, but and then kind of a camber-like profile. And then there's where my bindings are going to hook up. That looks good. What are you doing now? What are you doing now?